The state-run Sana news agency reported that initial information indicates an Israeli missile attack west on the town of Hader in the northern Quneitra countryside, adding that 2 missiles were fired in the strike. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said that the Israeli strike on Tuesday targeted areas where Iran-backed fighters are based. And defense correspondent Jonathan Regev joins us in studio for more on that. What's more to say, Jonathan, about those presumably Israeli attacks by Israel in Syria? It seems to be an ordinary thing by now.
The attacks in Syria may be ordinary, somewhat different. These specific strikes, when compared to the airstrikes that we see usually in the vicinity of the Damascus airport, this area, Hader and Quneitra, they're very close, places that are very close to the Israeli border. Both Quneitra and Hader just a few miles away from the border. Bases where possibly Hezbollah fighters, Iranian-backed fighters, are located very close to the Israeli border, as we mentioned, and that's something that's very uncomfortable for Israel. This is probably not a weapons depot as we see usually in the Damascus airport. There, it's usually weapon depots of weapons coming from Iran that are later supposed to be shipped into Lebanon. This is not really the case. Another interesting aspect, this is the first strike since those rockets fired by Hezbollah from Lebanon, not far from there, also in the area of the northern Golan Heights some 2 weeks ago. Maybe those two things are connected. We do not know. We haven't heard a comment, not from Hezbollah from the moment. We haven't heard from Israel, and we will probably not hear any official comment from Israel, as Jerusalem almost always keeps quiet on this. We also haven't heard a comment from Russia. It surfaced about 2 or 3 weeks ago that the Russians are unhappy with the constant Israeli activity in Syria. No comment from either side, at least up until now.